Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Vapid Clique, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. Somehow, we never tested the Vapid Clique. I've gone back and looked through like all the vehicles I own, and there's something like 140, 150 vehicles that I own in the game that have never, ever gone up and down this mountain, at least not for Will It Off-Road. So we're going back and doing a few of those since Rockstar is taking their own sweet time to release the drip feed vehicles. Kind of bullshit the way they've been doing it, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's not like, I mean, I could test them. I could go on 5M and test them, but then the cars maybe were modified and then they'll be different from what it would be in GTA Online and yada yada blah blah. I could also download a mod that would let me use them in single player. Since I play on PC, but then you gotta worry about the mods conflicting with online and getting banned. It's a whole thing. So I just wait for him to come out. It just makes it easier. Just wait for him to come out. So neither one of these are technically part of the Criminal Enterprises DLC season. Just kind of an extra bonus video so that we can keep going with the theme. Plus, I couldn't think of anything else to record for a community video for today. So, there you go. It kind of works out. Speaking of the community, we would love to have you be a part of it. The Vainglorious Discord server is available in the link in the description down below. And at some point here, pretty soon, it'll be popping up on the screen if it hasn't already. It might have already. I think it has already. I don't have it quite put it in at the time I'm recording the voiceover. But, yeah, join us. And if you play on PC, you are welcome to join us when we live stream GTA as well as other games, as well as when we record Will It Off-Road. Why on PC? Because that's where we all play. We do have console players as well, though, so even if you play on console, you should still join the Vainglorious Discord server, and you should be able to find some people to play different kinds of games with. And if you're not a gamer and for some reason just like watching gaming content, well, you're welcome there too. We even have a place for you to post pictures of your pet chinchilla. Because you have a pet chinchilla, right? Doesn't everybody? I don't. But that's only because it got too hot in the house. Yeah, chinchillas don't do well in heat. A friend of mine actually had that experience. Her roommate didn't take care of it. Got too hot in the house. Chinchilla croaked. Very sad story. Cute little chinchilla. Anyway, the clique is very sure-footed up the mountain and back down. I mean, this was just easy. Not the fastest in the world, but this was an incredibly easy drive. And we are up 2 minutes, 41 seconds. I landed on a hiker. Will it off-road? Yeah, did fine, did great. I mean, if you gotta take an old muscle car up the mountain, well, this is the one to do it in. Out of 366 vehicles that we have tested so far, it's 54th. 0.07 seconds slower than an X80 Proto, and then a quarter of a second faster than the Annis Hellion. So, interesting company that the clique is keeping. Going downhill, it does just as well. It's got great brakes and it has a lot of hi, Donkey and Schvinn. It has a lot of Donkey and Schvinn all over it, but it also has a lot of mechanical grip. So, and by mechanical grip, that's just like tires. How much grip do the wheels have when they contact the pavement? That's your mechanical grip. Other kinds of grip include downforce, which that's pretty much really the only other one, which this car probably has a downforce multiplier or something. I don't really know. I haven't looked at the handling files of the clique in a long time. This is an old car. It's been around a while. Out of 43 muscle cars that we have tested, it is 4th. So up there really well in overall and in the muscles class. It is 0.17 seconds slower than a Dominator ASP, so just under 0.2 of a second slower. And then it is Dead Hiker. It is 1.7 seconds faster. 1.7 faster than a Dominator GTX. So, you know, Vapid's up there in the top 5. I think they have all but the top spot, and I think that's the Buffalo, STXGRP, ABCDEFG. I don't remember what letters are after it. Oh, everybody seems to be having a rough time except for me and whoever else is in the clique. Because this is just a great car off-road. It does really well, except when it gets rear-ended by a Dominator GTT. Rough times up here on the mountain, isn't it? I tell you what. Kind of scary. Kind of scary indeed. I think my Google Home just said something to me. I could have sworn I heard a voice. Maybe I'm just hearing voices in my head. It's very possible. If you want to hear voices in your head other than my own, you should check out the supporters version of Will It Off-Road. By the way, we're down in 227, 228. We'll let everybody do their little jumps because they look forward to it, even though it's taken them a minute. So come on, guys. Let's get your jumps in. There's Zan. Good jump. Donkey. Good jump. Bobo. Good jump. Well, bad landing. But you know what? You guys tried. Anyway, we're back at the top of the mountain for our damage descent, and we'll talk about the supporters only video. It is an ad-free version. That's right. No ads. Completely turned off. That is available to supporters. Thus, supporters only video. We call it the behind the scenes, but it's less edited, so you get to see some of the outtakes and some of the shenanigans that we get up to between the edits that you see here in the public version of Bullet Off-Road. Plus, instead of just my voice, though it does have my lovely voice in it, you get to hear everybody else that you see represented in the game because they are in a Discord voice channel with me, and I record that. Don't tell them I recorded, though. Don't let them know. No, they all know. They all know they get recorded because most of them have access to that channel, whether it's because they're a moderator on our Discord, thus they get access, or because they are a channel supporter themselves. And you can be a channel supporter one of three ways. On Patreon, make a monthly pledge. On Twitch, be a subscriber, whether it is gifted, Twitch Prime, or a sub that you paid for out of your pocket. And I am going to be stuck on this rock for just a minute. Definitely not the ideal spot to come to rest. Had just a little bit of trouble, and of course I didn't feather the throttle very well. I was like, oh, let's do a burnout, and I eventually got out. And Charlie just sat there and watched me. The third way to be a channel supporter is right here on YouTube. Click that join button to become a channel member for as cheap as $1.99. So you can get access to the supporters channel, supporters channel on the Vainglorious Discord. That's where I post links to not only each individual behind the scenes video, but there's a pinned message in that channel that has a playlist that's for supporters only. So, in theory, you could support for 1 month and then just, know where the playlist is. Unless I change it in the future, which you could. Probably won't, but it could. Anyways, we're down on our damage descent. 202, basically 203. Somebody got squished, it sounded like, there at the end. And we will take a look at the damage. All the lights and most of the windows are gone. The right door and the hood were left somewhere up on the mountain. That has bent wheels and some slight body damage, especially there on that right front fender. You can see it a little bit. We'll take a look at our support vehicles. Oh, we got the motion shot here. Look at that. Whoa, there are explosions happening. Don't know what that was about. But that brings us to our next vehicle. The Vapid Hustler. It is a very vapid day. Nothing wrong with Vapid. I like a good old Vapid. Especially the old ones. They're really nice. The new ones are fine. Don't get me wrong. But the old ones are really nice. Hustler, one of my favorites. I wouldn't mind having an old Ford like this. Though, there's a dude that drives around my hometown in what appears to be an unmodified old Ford from about this vintage, like mid-30s to early 40s, somewhere in there. And I finally understand why everybody who gets one of these and restores them chops the top. Because the top on these things that from the factory was huge. Absolutely. The thing looks like a top hat going down the road. No joke. I see it pretty frequently in the mornings. And it does. It looks just like a rolling top hat. Just this big centerpiece surrounded by some rounded edges, with the hood and the bumpers, or the back end. It's just really awkward looking. Having only ever really seen, you know, the chopped ones that get turned into hot rods and resto mods and things like that. So yeah, I get it. I understand why they're all chopped now. Hustler, it does okay in dirt, but you know, going uphill and dealing with the bushes, it struggles. Where the Clique just kind of had the grip to go, the Hustler really struggles to find a spot where its wheels aren't spinning, yet it's still producing enough power to move it up the mountain. And that was the struggle here, was keep trying to constantly modulate the throttle to find that point. Because the less wheel spin, the better, because you have more control and you will eventually go faster. So trying to find that spot was tough. And of course, if you don't have enough power, well, you don't go up the mountain. And there was a very fine line, constantly just battled with it. Plus battled the back end, wanting to come around, especially if I hit a bush, because the front end would stop. It wasn't that it lost grip, it's just the front end would get caught on the bush, and the car wanted to spin around on me. And it was a little frustrating, but it probably means, because there's an Avenger there and other things that have happened in the video, that this car might help you out with World Off-Road Bingo, which you can play by clicking on the link in the description down below. Once you get to that website, just click on Generate a New Card, and then tap or click on things as they happen in the video. And if you get bingo, we want to hear about it. I think we've had 5, maybe 6 winners in World Off-Road Bingo. And your ears are not deceiving you. The game volume did get lower for the last 30 seconds of criminal damage that's going on right now. Makes me sad we didn't get to take part in a criminal damage. I love it. It is my favorite free mode event because I get to blow things up. And who doesn't like to blow stuff up in video games, mind you? In real life, if you like to blow things up, well, then I hope it's your job and you do it in a controlled manner and you're not killing people doing it. We are up in 2 minutes, 54 seconds. Hobo overshot the target. So will it off-road? Yes, ding. The Hustler will indeed off-road. And you know, it only comes in, what, 14, 13 seconds slower? Yeah, 13 seconds slower than, well, I'm flipping my card over here, than what the Clique did. But that 13 seconds makes a big difference. Whereas the Clique was in 54th out of 366, the Hustler's 125th. So, yeah, it's a very tight pack up there under that under 3 minute mark. So 125th overall. It is 0.3 of a second slower than a Progen Emerus. Again, interesting company these cars are keeping. And then it is 0.35, so almost 0.4 of a second faster than a Lapadati Felon. In muscle cars, it is, again, the difference that just 14 seconds, 13 seconds can make. It's 10th in muscle. 1.75 seconds slower than the Ruiner ZZ8. However, it is 3.15 seconds faster than the regular Ruiner. So this Vapid sandwiched between a couple of Ruiners. Also about to drive off the edge of the mountain. It got a little hairy. At least I don't have Shren and Donkey landing on me this time. Except I have Charlie in the way, and I nearly bounced right over the edge of the mountain. I really thought that because I bounced off of him, I was going to go over. Oh, yep, there's the bushes. Just frustrating. Very, very frustrating. I hope that's not a thing in GTA 6. I mean, yeah, I get it. Bushes slow you down when you run through them, but not to the extent that they do in GTA. Oh, just winged there a little bit. I'm sure somebody behind me will finish her off. Got a little hairy here, but because I have either 1, really good luck, or 2, exceptional driving skills. Yeah, let's go with that one, exceptional driving skills. Because I have exceptional driving skills, I saved it. But here, not so much. This was just down to bad luck, has nothing to do with bad driving skills. Yeah, that's how I'm going to frame it, and I'm making the video, so I get to call it that. You know, you make your own video and call it what you want. Good song, by the way. Call it what you want. Yeah, thought I was clear of all the logs. Nope. So I got a little overzealous there. Speaking of overzealous, hi Charlie. That was a nice entrance into the frame. Just zooming right by. Coming down for our last little bit of the controlled descent. Somebody's over there on railroad tracks. I don't know what happened there. If you're coming down the controlled descents on the railroad track, something went wrong. Just, that's all there is to it. Something went wrong. That or you drove over there for some reason. Oh, hello again, Charlie. Charlie likes to touch my butt, it seems like. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. But we are down 2 minutes, 46, almost 47 seconds. There goes Charlie. There goes Hobo. And I guess that's all we had time for. So we're back at the top of Mount Chiliad. Gonna fling this off the side. Pretty much just did a wheelie and flipped over. So I didn't get the best start, which means I'm gonna be right here in the fray of cars. In fact, Charlie got way ahead of me. So did Hobo. So yeah, I'm gonna be in the fray. Wow, that hit actually took some of my health. That hurt a little bit. See, it looks like something fell off my car there, but I still can't figure out what it is. Maybe something fell off of Charlie's car. This looked like a little chrome piece. I don't even know if on mobile you could even see it. It was so tiny. But it just looked like a small little chrome piece of trim came off my car somewhere. But yet I look at it and it looks fine. So I don't know. I have no idea. I have had phantom bumpers fall off of my car where like I chose like a no bumper option in LSC for a vehicle. And then during the damage descent, I'll land and a bumper will come off that was never on my car to begin with. It's rare, but it has happened. Oh, over his on. Tried to help Charlie, but didn't aim it right. We try to help each other out with really violent crashes. Ooh, can I thread the needle? Oh, no. I cannot thread the needle. That's very sad. Thread the needle is when I managed to get through the tunnel at speed without hitting anything. This, yeah, obviously doesn't count. Because 1, I wasn't full speed. 2, I was reverse. And 3, I hit something. So, you know, it kind of all negated themselves. Oh, I didn't realize that had a rumble seat. Now that Charlie's lost his, I realize it. Maybe I knew that. I'm not sure. Try to go over the wood pile. Failed absolutely miserably and get stuck behind it instead. What are you going to do? And what you're going to do is you're going to drive around, crash to the fence, and park and say we're down. In 1 minute, 51 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Hustler. After they get done fighting with the light poles. One taillight's gone. The hood of the doors won't close. Actually, I think the right door will close. And slightly bent wheels, especially there in the back right. Yeah, the right door does close. See? Okay, so it's hood and door won't close. But whatever. Let's not get into details. We'll take a look at our support vehicles. And, of course, yeah, it could ever be any other way with monster truck on top. Yeah, it has to be that way. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Will It Off-Road. We'll be back in probably 2 weeks, maybe even 3 or 4. It just depends. Maybe next week. Who knows? We'll just see what's not been recorded, see if we have anything fun and interesting that would be cool to do. Or if Rockstar releases 2 cars at once at the end of the drip feed. Yeah, that'll never happen. That Hermes looks fantastic. Anyways, thanks for watching. Play Will Off-Road. Come hang out with us on the Vainglorious Discord server. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.